Hello everyone, welcome back to Mohinoy KK's channel. So today is the first interview session which I was about to start a long ago. I am really excited for this interview session. There will be more interview sessions. Some will be with chief officers, captains, some more captains, engineers from the engine side, officers from the deck side, and even there will be some bosuns and their crews. Even we will be talking about different things related to merchant navy with cadets also. So today for interview we have a master mariner who got the command of a ship at a very young age. So let's welcome Captain Andreas D'Souza.
Hi Kishan, good afternoon. I'm Captain Andreas D'Souza. Of course, you know me, we've been speaking for a while now. I'm sorry this video is coming out a tad bit later, should have come out earlier. Thank you for connecting with me. In fact, a lot of young boys, they ask me a lot of questions, or they DM me on Instagram, they ask me, help, so how to enter the merchant navy and questions like these. Today we have the opportunity to discuss all of them, and I hope I can be an inspiration to these guys because boys also ask me questions like, so how did you manage to get success in the merchant navy at such a young age? Believe me, I have done nothing special, nothing extraordinary. I have just followed my instincts and done what I was needed to do, and here we are. So for all the viewers, those of you who don't know me, my name is Captain Andreas D'Souza. I have been sailing as a master since 2017. I'm from Mumbai, precisely from Thane. I sail on oil and chemical tankers, product tankers, so Kishan, I believe that should be enough, and let me hand it over to you. Go ahead, ask me anything you would like to know. I really hope I can answer all of them today. Go ahead.
Thank you, Captain, for joining us. It will be really an inspiration for all the aspirants who are about to join Merchant Navy. Even we know that how much curious cadets are. Like if you talk about the students who are already pursuing different Merchant Navy courses in different colleges of India, they are too much excited. Like if they get any chance, they are about to give their best to crave out all the answers from their senior seafarers. Like if they get any chance to talk with a captain or chief engineer or any seafarer like of any post, like if we say like third engineer or third officer, they are like, sir, tell me this, tell me that. So they are too much excited. It's going to be really a inspirational video for all of them. Meanwhile, we have the captain itself. So let's move on to the first question. How was your cadetship period? And we would like to know a bit about which course you did. Like at a very young age you got the command of a ship, so courses were a little bit different earlier. So which course you did?
Well, I did my pre-sea training from TS Rahman in the year 2003, passed out in 2003, and it was a short pre-sea course. In those days we didn't have this 18 months diploma in nautical science or BSc that most of these young boys are doing today. We had a 3 months pre-sea training, just about 2 weeks of STCW, and that's it. I never went to college. I passed out of my 12th standard, freshly passed out, went for my pre-sea training, passed out in 2003. And how was my cadetship period? Well, that is a very interesting question. See, cadetship period, we never actually, I can speak for myself, I never actually went to college, and so for me, my cadetship at TS Rahman, it's one of my most sweetest memories that I have, and it was lovely. You could say it was exciting. At times we were anxious and we were stressed out and a little tense about how life would be after we go on board, after we step on board. And but yes, overall the training as such at the academy, it was a wonderful experience. My friends from those days, they're still in touch with me, and we're still the best of friends, and great, lovely memories.
Yeah, sir, that time DNS course was actually not there, and ये जो GP rating, this was of also 3 months and all TLP जो करते थे पहले. So it's good. Like so let's move on to next question. आपका इंस्पिरेशन कौन था? लाइक इतना आपको किसने इंस्पायर कर दिया कि आपने इतना अच्छे से काम किया? लाइक इट्स टू मच. आप डायरेक्टली कैप्टन नहीं बन सकते हो, आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप जाना होता है. हर स्टेप पे खुद को, हर पोस्ट पे, पोजीशन पे आपको खुद को प्रूव करना होता है. सो देयर वाज समवन फ्रॉम योर रिलेटिव हु इंस्पायर्ड यू दिस मच, और फ्रॉम योर nearby neighborhood, or someone from your school, like who give you that much knowledge that if you come in this field you will be successful in your life and all? If you can elaborate this.
Okay, well, that's another interesting question. You know, a lot of my friends and family members don't know this. Today it's on video, so let this go on record. Okay, it's a very simple thing. I don't have a source of inspiration as such. There was never anyone whom I actually followed to join the Merchant Navy. It's just that when I was a young boy, about 7 or 8 years old, I had this neighbor, an old man. His son used to work on the ship, and he used to, come down and go back to work, go back to sail. And I was just curious and more interested in knowing about his life. And this uncle used to always tell me, like, he roams the world, he travels a lot. And as a kid, as any other kid, as a 7, 8-year-old, I got carried away and I got influenced. And I said, okay, this is my opportunity to see the world. So this is it. This is the only source of inspiration I had, and that's about it. There's nothing more. I don't have anybody in my family in the Merchant Navy, not from generations. It's me, and whatever rumors that you're hearing, that's not true. Let me tell you.
Excellent, sir. So, like I said earlier, it's not like you get up in the morning and you go get that 4 stripes on your shoulder and you find yourself a captain. You are now commanding the ship and all. It doesn't happen really. It happens only in dream. So it's good. Now here comes the question which I am always curious about. How long did it took you to get that 4 stripes on your shoulder? इस क्वेश्चन की वजह से मेरा एक्साइटमेंट लेवल बहुत ही ज़्यादा होता है. लाइक व्हेनेवर आई गेट अ चांस इवन ऑन सोशल मीडिया, और कभी भी अगर करीब से अगर कोई कैप्टन मिल जाए या इवन चीफ ऑफिसर, सो आई एम लाइक, सर कितना टाइम लगता है कैप्टन बनने में, ये बता दो वो बता दो. सो जस्ट आस्किंग यू आउट ऑफ माई क्यूरियोसिटी.
Okay, how long did it take to become a master? Okay, well, and I passed out my cadetship in 2003 from Raman. When I passed out from my cadetship, I was just 17, and as an apprentice officer, to sign a contract, you have to be a major, so you have to be 18 and above. So I could not join ship till I turned 18 years old. So I started sailing. My first contract as a cadet, I started sailing in 2004, and I got command in 2017. So you can say 13 years. I got command in Jan 2017. So 13 years to earn the 4 stripes. But I would like to answer this question in a little detail, because like I just said earlier, a lot of boys, they DM me and they ask me this question, like, how did you become a master at such a young age, and what is the secret to it, and what did you do something special as something as that? So, well, let me answer this question for all those viewers today who who asked me this. So, see, let me tell you firstly, let me tell you, there is nothing called as a secret. There is no secret to success, okay? Let's just be very clear with this. I don't know why people think there's something up. It's just that you have to be perseverant, you have to work hard, and you have to keep going. You have to be dedicated and focused and committed towards something. Let me share a very small experience with you. Like I said, we did this cadetship I did this cadetship of about 3 months. We had to do 36 months of sea time in our cadetship to become an officer. I believe these days you do 18 months of college and about 18 months of sea time, and that's how you become second mates. Okay. Well, in our days it was 36 months of sea time, but we had this thing of we had something called as DLP. So if you did this DLP, we would get about 9 months of remission. So I did about 27 months of sea time, and I did this training program. So that's how I became an second officer. and I used to sail. Back then when I was a cadet, I used to sail for long. 9 months was like a first standard. I've sailed for about 11, 12 months at a stretch, and I did my entire cadetship of 27 months in just about 32 months. So I used to never take long vacations. That's one of the thing. I wanted to become an officer soon. I did my cadetship about 27 months in 32 months, and I was so fed up of sailing that I actually left shipping, and I worked I worked in a call center and stuff like that. So for about 4 months, till I got fed up over there and decided to come back to sea again. This was at the age of 21, 22. I started sailing. By the time I cleared second mates, I was 21. At 22, I started sailing as third mate. I got promoted to a second mate at the age of 23. By 25, I had cleared mates. I got promoted to a mate not long after that. By 28, I had cleared masters, and by 30, I got command. So, people ask me, how did you get these promotions so soon? Well, like I said, consistency is the key, as is with everything else in life. You pick up anything, fitness or any other profession like media or hospitality or some professionals like doctors or something. It's like they keep doing the same thing consistently over a very long period of time to get that success that they deserve. So it's just the same thing. I didn't do anything different. It's just that I have lived a very Monday to Friday life. In fact, I remember that my only throughout my life till I could get all my promotions, my only goal used to be to clear my exams and get my promotions as soon as possible. I used to sign up from the ship on a Friday, and believe me, I don't need to say this. My certificates and the date on my certificates will speak for it. I used to sign off on a Friday, and I used to start my courses or my college on Monday. I used to finish with appearing for my exams on a Friday and join back ship on a Monday. I have never taken a single day off more than that. Of course, it's been a sacrifice. There is the downside to everything. Everything has its pros and cons. It has been a sacrifice. I've lived a very Monday to Friday life, especially from the time I became a third mate to master. I've sailed continuously. I've only done my sea time for my examinations, appeared for my examinations, cleared my examinations, and joined back ship again. I have never taken long breaks. Now I do. Now I sign off and I take a vacation of 3-4 months, not longer than that, of course, but 3 months or something, 3 to 4 months, and that's about it.
I don't know what to say about that call center break, because मैंने बहुत सुना है कॉलेजेस में, लाइक ये फील्ड बहुत ही ज़्यादा टफ है, सुना है इन द सेंस अब मैं समझता भी हूँ, लाइक आई हैव कंप्लीटेड माय कोर्स फ्रॉम कॉलेज, so I know how much tough it is because I have been in conversation with so many captains in my colleges who are like professors there or who are in the staff members of that college. So life is going to be a hell. It's going to be a tough one, not a easy one like other jobs and all. But ये जो आपने कॉल सेंटर वाला ब्रेक बताया, like you stopped working there in that field in merchant navy and you got yourself working in call center for 4 months and then you get yourself a mindset that no, I will be working in this field again. ये जो mindset है ना, ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है इस फील्ड में, because working for months for completing their contracts on ships and all, it's not a easy job. So any of the viewers, if you are watching now, just share this video among your friends who are already cadets or your cousins or known ones who are finding their career in this field or who are already pursuing their courses from any colleges, merchant navy colleges in India. It's very important to come across this story in front of them. So let's move on to the next question. How was your first command? Like when you got those 4 stripes on your shoulder, how was it? How was your first contract?
Well, I was talking about consistency. You can't go on board for the first time and then perform and then subsequently underperform in your next tenure and then pull up your socks again. It doesn't work that way. You have to consistently keep performing well and have good appraisal reports one after the other. For example, like I was in one company for a long time, for about 9 years, and I had a series of good appraisal reports consecutively, one after the other. And it's then that they recognize you, that you are a constant performer and not just like, who needs to be reminded of their duties or something. So this is it. So like like I said, it's never one thing, it's a lot of qualities put together which helps you get that success. There is no secret. Like I said, it's hard work, passion, commitment, dedication. It's like everything put together, plus your performance continuously, and the quality, most important, like I said earlier, perseverance. Never give up. Things go wrong on board. It's not that it does. It's not that they don't. But you have to have the ability to bounce back. Resilience, as we call it. You must like not lose hope, and you must work hard to overcome those obstacles which you will face. So. And as far as how I feel, it's a mixed feeling. I don't know. See, my first command, was at a young age, was at 30, like I said. So it was tense and intense. I mean, there's no shame in admitting, you do feel stressed out at times. There's a first time to everything. There's a first time to being a cadet, to being a third mate, to being second mate, chief mate, and there's a first time to being a master as well. So of course, now over a period of time we get used to it. It's something that we're doing on an everyday basis. So as time goes by, you get more confident. The first one was very exciting, very intense, and it was fun. It was a good experience altogether. I feel satisfied. I feel content. A little proud at times. I feel happy. Most importantly, I feel happy because this is where I wanted to be, and I am here today. So I don't feel like I have I was talking about sacrifices, so I feel like it's worth it. I did manage to get where I wanted to be. So that's about it.
Okay, so good to hear your experience as your first command, when you got the command of your ship, about the first contract and all. So I was like, if I ask you about your first contract, how was your experience? I will get to know some incidents, like some sort of accidents, because it was your first command of the ship, first contract. You might have got yourself involved in some accidents or incidents. I didn't got that, by God's grace. So let's move on to the next question. अब ये जो next question है, ये like एक myth हो गया है students में या फिर cadets में. If we talk about in any conversation between the cadets or some officers, not officers, some cadets in the college only, according to my experience, what they say is captain करता ही क्या है यार, he just commands the ship and all, उसको काम ही क्या है, उसको अच्छी salary मिलती है and all. So what you would like to say about this statement?
I know. I have heard this a lot. Out of so many years that I've spent out at sea, in the last 17 years, I believe. कई बार मैं सुनता हूँ कि अरे कैप्टन क्या कर रहा है, पूरा दिन बैठा रहता है, उसको क्या काम है, कैप्टन साहब तो कुछ नहीं करते, सिर्फ कमांड करते हैं, सिर्फ ऑर्डर देते हैं, क्या काम करते हैं. I won't deny it. Like when I was a cadet and I was a junior officer, even I used to say the same thing. Captain doesn't do much. लेकिन जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ती गई, वैसे वैसे सोच भी बढ़ती गई. अब पता चलता है कि कैप्टन क्या करता है, क्योंकि if anything goes wrong, God forbid anything goes wrong on board, अगर कुछ हो जाता है in the event of an unforeseen circumstance or incident, अगर कोई गड़बड़ हो जाती है, तो सवाल किसी को नहीं लेकिन कैप्टन को पूछा जाता है. तो automatically, captain he's mentally more stressed out. He is responsible for the entire vessel and its safety and the safety of the crew, and he is the responsible person. When I say responsible, matlab he's answerable. कुछ भी हो जाता है तो उसे जवाब देना पड़ता है. He is accountable for every single thing, whether good or bad. So that's the main thing over here, you know. Even though he is not physically very engaging, in the routine shipboard activities, लेकिन जो भी होता है सवाल उसी को पूछते हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं. Well, apart from that, ऐसा नहीं कि कैप्टन कुछ नहीं करता है. If you want me to get into the technical things, then of course सबसे पहली चीज तो मैं I would like to tell the young boys that whichever company that you're working for, if you read the SMS, that SMS defines the job description and the responsibilities for every rank serving on board. और वैसे ही captain का भी उसमें responsibilities define किया है. If you read the first line, जहाँ पे उसमें क्या लिखा, अगर captain की responsibilities पढ़ोगे तो लिखा है that he is the owner's representative. He is the company's representative. And then he is like, he is a person who's directly answering the company for the upkeep of the vessel. So that's the thing, he has to maintain the company's standards and implement them on board. वो captain की responsibility है. Communication, arranging, maintaining the standards of living on board and arranging stores and provisions, and to make sure that the people have whatever that they need. ये सब captain की responsibility है. Apart from the operations, the commercial requirements और trades जो तो वैसे ही captain को safely ensure करना है कि वो safely हो ही रहा है. ये तो there is no limit. जब तुम पूछते हो कि captain क्या करता है, there is no limit from the time that the captain steps on board till he signs off, till he steps off the gangway. There is no limit to his description. Anything and everything under the blue sky to keep the ship safe is captain's job. There is no department for a captain, क्योंकि वो हर department का इंचार्ज होता है, तो he can't see कि मैं ये aspect neglect. He can delegate भी उसका, delegation भी उसका एक responsibility होता है. वो करता ही है, because he's not a superman after all. तो he does that. Apart from that, like I just said, he liaises with the company. He's the company's man. He's the company's representative, and he ensures the SMS on board. That's about it. That's the captain's role.
Okay, so it was good to hear the answer, and let's move on to the next question. कोई facilities extra मिलती है क्या, like captains को, if we talk about, because it's like a myth that head of any department might get some extra high class facilities, like कोई भी ऐसा एक्स्ट्रा फैसिलिटीज जो अलग ऑफिसर्स को नहीं मिलता ऑन बोर्ड और कैप्टन्स को मिलता है सिर्फ, अगर आप ये बता सको तो.
फैसिलिटीज ऐसे कोई खास फैसिलिटीज तो ऐसे कुछ मिलता नहीं है. पता नहीं कहाँ से ये बातें आती है, किस तरीके के फैसिलिटीज. I mean अच्छे कंपनीज, गुड कंपनीज, दे गिव द मास्टर a little more internet, a little more in the sense like अगर बाकी कंपनीज 500 MB दे रही है तो यहाँ पे मास्टर को शायद 1 GB मिल जाए. इससे ज़्यादा फैसिलिटीज तो मैंने और कहीं कुछ देखा नहीं है किसी मास्टर को या मिलते हुए ऐसे. मतलब I have not seen any ship वहाँ जहाँ पे मास्टर के लिए अलग खाना बन रहा हो. He's eating the same food that his officers and the crew are eating, and unless of course कुछ medical problems हैं तो उनके dietary needs को suit करने के लिए, supplement करने के लिए. Apart from that, I don't see any other special privileges or facilities as such as a master's given. ऐसा तो कुछ भी नहीं है. It's just the same.
Okay, cool. So we got to know that captains को कुछ अलग facilities नहीं मिलती on board. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. How do you see your juniors on board, mainly cadets? Because how is your bonding with the cadets? क्योंकि ये हम लोग जानते हैं, like when we talk to any cadets who are now third officers or second officers, they are like भाई हम लोग जब कैडेट थे तो हमारे लिए बॉन्डिंग बहुत ही टफ हुआ करती थी ऑफिसर्स से या फिर सीनियर से. सो हाउ इज योर बॉन्डिंग विद द कैडेट्स? It's really be going to helpful for the cadets, because who are watching this.
How do I see my juniors on ship? क्या कहूँ मैं? I mean, it's a little vague, but okay. As a master, I mean, a ship is all about teamwork. It's जहाज चलाने के लिए टीम वर्क इज नीडेड. It's so juniors are there to help me and support me in running the vessel smoothly and safely, of course. So it's strictly professional. मास्टर वैसे ही मास्टर के रैंक में ही इज मोर ऑफ अ लोनर, मोर आइसोलेटेड. आई मीन दीज डेज the younger generation like me, we try to be more interactive with our junior officers, but it's always related to work and related to professionalism. It's not much of friendship as such. It's always concerning some work. I mean, we are on board to work, so that is given priority. Off duty hours थोड़ा interpersonal relationship and थोड़ा bonding develop हो जाता है, which is a good thing also. It is needed because we have to spend so much time out at sea, and they are the only colleagues that we have. So yeah, काम के वक्त काम, and जब काम नहीं होता है, जब थोड़ा आराम होता है, तो थोड़ा good relation maintain होता है. That's about it. As far as cadets are concerned, okay, this is a good thing because as a master, how I see cadets is like these guys are the future, man. आगे जाके ये वही करने वाले हैं जो ये हमसे सीखते हैं. So it's like we are setting the example for them, and if I hope I can set a good example for the upcoming boys, those who are growing, and I can impart some knowledge and teach them, and not only knowledge with limited to the ship's operations, lekin for overall development, for their growth as individuals, as human beings, and teach them good qualities and how to survive in this industry where there's ruthless and cutthroat competition. So these cadets are the future. The more they are trained, the more well trained, or the more better that they are trained, the more better this future is going to be for all of us. So they play a very pivotal role, in the shipping industry, and it's very important that we make sure that these guys grow up in a good environment.
If we talk about the cadets, they are definitely the future of this field, and it's really important to prove yourself on every day on ship. Like every day is like get on your boots, get on your uniform, tight your lace, and prove yourself. Because each and every day you have to prove yourself that you deserve among being the team members, that limited staff on the ship that runs the whole vessel. Okay, so it's good. It's good. Like we have you. It's a very big thing for inspiring all the cadets and the third officers or junior officers from the deck side or the engine side also. So, is there any incident you would like to talk about, like any machinery failure or any sort of incident, or we particularly take out the word accident if you are free to talk about that? ऐसा कुछ हुआ है क्या ऑन बोर्ड में, लाइक up we know now, we even know like you are the company's representative on the ship, like so ऐसा कुछ भी जिससे बहुत ज्यादा ही इफेक्ट हुआ हो एनवायरनमेंट ऑन बोर्ड, ऐसा जिसके लेकर के आप फ्रीली कुछ बता सको अगर कुछ?
Situations which made me feel like hell. Okay, पहली बात तो many 17 years out at sea, I cannot tell you that every single day it's been a hunky-dory operation and life is always very cool and सब कुछ हमेशा अच्छा ही होता है. नहीं, प्रॉब्लम्स होते ही हैं, तकलीफ होती है. It's all a part of it. I mean, this is all a part and parcel of your career, a part and parcel of growing up, a part and parcel of working out at sea, a part and parcel of being responsible. As a master, I've gone through hell at times, which I feel like, okay, it's a very stressful situation. It's not going through hell, but like I said, it's the way you take it. Take it constructively, take it positively. You have to overcome these obstacles, these hurdles. You have to find a way out. You have to work around these things. I mean, we are trained for that adequately, aren't we? I mean, like हम अभी cadets pre-sea कर रहे हैं, training कर रहे हैं, ये इसीलिए कर रहे हैं ताकि onboard जब problems हो तो हम इसे overcome कर सकें. तो यही इसीलिए तो हम ट्रेन किए जाते हैं. अभी मेरे लास्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में ही मैं आपको बताऊं, बर्थिंग के वक्त, आई मीन बर्थिंग से जस्ट 10 मिनट पहले या 15 मिनट पहले, व्हाइल गोइंग टग्स वर पुशिंग द वेसल अलोंग साइड, और मेन इंजन फेल हो गया. मेन इंजन फेल हो गए, पैनिक, पायलट स्टार्ट पैनिकिंग, बट इट्स नॉट एक्चुअली अ वेरी गुड थिंग टू पैनिक एंड काम, एंड ये काम होना चाहिए, कंपोजर एकदम कूल होना चाहिए. और तो it's about how we maintain this level of being calm on board even under extreme dire and stressful situations. तो बिना ज़्यादा, of course, since it's a stressful situation, भागम दौड़ी तो होगी. Time is of the essence. You have to rush. You can't take things lightly and easily. So yeah, you have to be quick on your feet. But panicking is not a good thing. Panicking is never a good thing. So this situation, yeah, I felt it was one of the most stressful situations when engines failed right at the time of berthing, and we had a ship forward of us and aft of us, and we had just two tugs, and I mean the engines could not even be revived. So we had to employ two more tugs, and we had to berth the ship as a dead move. Dead move यानी कि for the young boys, dead move यानी कि absolutely बिना propulsion machinery के सिर्फ tugs की ही help से तुम जहाज को alongside berth करते हो. 4 tugs को लेगी, ये बड़ी जहाज थी, 75,000 ton, तो that's a big ship, 240 meters long. तो लगाने में अंदर तकलीफ तो होती है, या स्ट्रेसफुल, बट लाइक आई सेड, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है जिसके लिए हम ट्रेन नहीं होते और ओवरकम कर नहीं सकते. तो अगर ठंडे दिमाग से सोचा जाए तो तभी कितना भी स्ट्रेसफुल लगे, लेटर ऑन you when you come out of it, you tend to grow as a person, and you feel proud, like okay, you managed to do it pretty well. That's it.
It was nice coming across your experience, as you told us earlier that you are the captain is the company's representative. So whatever happens on board, you will have to answer to the respective company whose vessel is running. So it's a big deal. Like we always think he is a captain, he might be living a luxurious life, he is getting good cash as a salary per month, but no one takes what sort of headache he is going through. He is just having so much responsibilities on board, like for each and everything he will have to look for small things also on board, like if anything, any sort of damage or any sort of incident which the vessel comes across, the captain will have to answer the company, right? So it was good having your experience. We will like to ask you to join us for more such questions, and we are really excited to hear such more experiences from you. So thank you, captain, for joining with us. We will be again expecting you to join us for next session. So thank you. So friends, as you can see, he was master mariner captain Andreas D'Souza, and he was answering such questions just for you people. So if you like it, just subscribe to my channel and share it among your friends. Like I earlier told you guys that he will be joining us with more such interview sessions and more such chief officers, and even cadets will be joining with us. So don't forget to press the bell icon, because a lot more interview sessions are here to come for you people. So thank you friends for joining with us. Thank you viewers. Thank you for sharing my videos. I am on a, you can say, I am on a mission to have all the aspirants and all the tech cadets who are already pursuing their courses in different merchant navy colleges in India. I will be definitely coming with Captain Andreas D'Souza with the next session. He will be answering some more questions. I would definitely ask him. If he agrees, then definitely we are going to come for our next session. Some chief officers will even come. You can drop me your questions, you can DM me your questions if you like. You can use the comment box for your questions. I will be definitely presenting the questions to the respective officers who will be joining us with the respective interview sessions. So thank you friends for joining with us. Stay healthy and stay fit.